Hello, it's Scott Manley here, and today I have some early access footage of the long-awaited X Rebirth, the latest chapter in the history of the X universe from Egosoft Games. Spaceship games are experiencing something of a renaissance right now, and Rebirth is arriving, after a few delays, right in time to catch this wave and moreover show everyone that Egosoft has never lost faith in the genre. The X series of games have been regularly released and updated since the late 90s, with 6 games released over 3 generations of their in-house game engine. And now X Rebirth is arriving with a new shiny game engine and some amazing graphics, spectacular scenery, and what appears to be a seamless first-person experience that lets you wander around space stations, explore your ship, get into the pilot seat and then take off into the space sandbox to make history. Unlike recent games in the series, you're only going to be flying the one ship, the Albion Skunk. This is a classic Rust Bucket starship, which can of course be upgraded and tuned to your playstyle, eventually becoming a ship to be proud of. You're not going to be flying capital ships or tiny starfighters, but you are able to buy other ships and have them fly as part of your fleet, giving them orders to help you in your quest to make a mark on the universe. Drone technology does make its mark in the universe with an ability to control a number of small drone spacecraft while your co-pilot manages the Albion Skunk for you. Now in X3 there were no visible cockpits in any of the spacecraft, but with Rebirth they make a return to the series, and all this of course adds to the game a huge sense of scale. The X games have always had a huge universe to explore, with sectors linked by jump gates that allow the ships of the X universe to traverse the interstellar distances. These jump gates are essentially artificial wormholes which were created millions of years ago by a mysterious alien race, who have since disappeared from the galaxy. Now, galactic civilization has been built upon the Gate network, which enabled the races of the galaxy to expand their empires far beyond their homeworlds and to form the community of planets. However, after the Second Terraformer War, the Jump Gate network has collapsed and the map of the galaxy has been transformed by this over the intervening years. Transorbital accelerators now provide links between sectors within the same star system, an interplanetary highway of sorts. And newly created jump gates will provide links between star systems. No longer do we find an entire system's worth of industry and mining clustered within 100 kilometers of an ancient jump gate. And true to the X series mantra, trade, fight, build, think, the acquisition and management of your own industrial installations will remain a core feature of the X Rebirth experience. You may still be flying a single ship, but you can still manage a trade empire that can dominate the universe. If that's your sort of thing, of course. You can, of course, just spend time playing it as a lone wolf trader, mercenary, bounty hunter, whatever else takes your fancy. The sandbox probably has room for you. Now, the updated combat system, of course, gets a complete overhaul with the new generation of the game engine. At the most basic level, these explosions and effects are a huge step up from X3, but from a mechanics point of view, it should now be possible to identify, target, and of course disable specific subsystems, like the engines and weapons on a target of interest. Perhaps because you want to capture the vessel rather than simply destroying it. This is a huge step up from the old system of carefully chipping away at a vessel's structure in the hope that the pilot ejects. But of course, this new complexity shouldn't make for a more complicated user interface, and Egosoft have been making a lot of noise about completely overhauling the UI and making it simpler and, by extension, more accessible to players. I sincerely hope they succeed here because, with all this excitement around spaceship games, Egosoft deserves an award for never giving up on their quest to make the best damn spaceship game ever. X Rebirth is scheduled for release on November 15th, a few days later if you're in the US, and it's available for pre-order from Steam and from the Egosoft site. I'm Scott Manley, fly safe.